Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
Good morning.
Look at you in your man cave drinking from your spy cup. All right.
Yeah, I have to have a calming cup of lemon chamomile crack cocaine in order to get through what I'm sure you were going to use to excite me, whatever that is.
Well, first of all, can I just say I knew you would be on our team on this ridiculous pearl clutching over the president pardoning his son. You retweeted Empty Wheel, who said some reasons we're having this ridiculous conversation about the Hunter Biden pardon instead of Kash Patel's unfitness to lead the FBI, which is, far more corrupt. Our legacy press simply failed to cover corruption of Trump's pardons, full stop. Pick sniffing is cheap, easy journalism, quote unquote. I mean, oh my God, Malcolm. Where do we even start with it? You also retweeted Jody. Why should President Biden explain himself? He pardoned his son, who's been villainized by Trump and his cults for 10 years. Off with your hypocrisy. And for the Democrats who are making their opinion known, you can off too. Biden is protecting his son. Is there a parent out here that wouldn't do this? Given who he is appointing?
No, and here's what I'm going to say about the Hunter Biden situation now that you've espoused all of this. I don't care, okay?
Yes.
These people are a continuing criminal organization. And for them to sit there and go, oh, he pardoned Hunter Biden, they're literally half, if not more, of the people who are buying guns in the United States failed that question about whether they've used marijuana or are continuing to use marijuana or drugs or abuse alcohol. They all lie on that BATF.
Thank you.
Every one of them.
400 million guns in the USA, Malcolm.
No one has ever been convicted of this unless you were Pablo Escobar and you used the guns in some other circumstance and they wanted to nail you down on that. If this was all about prosecuting Hunter Biden. And since when has the right-wing extremists out there ever had a problem with people buying guns?
Thank you.
That he lied on a form. Okay, let's talk about lying on a form. Let's go over to Kash Patel for a minute. This man is incompetent. He is an utter moron. He used his position under General Michael Flynn, then when he was over at the House and the Senate, to reveal classified information all throughout the Trump-Russia scandal that should never have been done.
He had to take the fifth.
Classified documents thing.
He took the fifth.
Is likely the person that got those documents.
Right.
Yeah. He's couldn't pass an FBI background check, and he's going to lead the FBI. It's just okay.
That's designed to get you all excited.
Yes.
To distract you. These are sparkly little things. Trump knows that if he puts Kash Patel there, the man, he had to be appointed to his positions. He could never qualify for any of them. There's no merit in him. He is a henchman, plain and simple as that. And let me tell you something, okay? If all of these horrible things about him are disqualifying, then that photo of him as a leather daddy wearing those Italian boots with a sock stuffed down his pants, if you were to show that to the evangelical community, that would either get them excited or it would get his nomination.
Right. Let's so little time, so many traitors. Let's talk about Tucker Carlson being back in Moscow interviewing Lavrov now. Saying he's preventing, he says, an impending nuclear conflict between the United States and Russia. He opened by accusing the Biden administration of escalating tensions with Russia, and asserted the U.S. is engaged in a hot war with Russia, unbeknownst to most Americans. And he says we're in a hot war with Russia. Yeah. The U.S. is. But he's going to stop all that. Yeah. Your thoughts?
Okay. First,
you're having a sip of chamomile.
And crack. Because I need a cup as big as yours, that giant jug you have. But that is me swallowing tolerance.
Yeah.
Let me explain something with Tucker Carlson. One, I think it's cute that now that the Russians are mandatory that he must come in for his fitness evaluation to Russia
Right.
every quarter.
Right. It's his
Because
performance
before
review.
he was just getting away with, telephone call or a Zoom call. Now the Russians want him in before they pay him.
Yeah.
That man, Tucker Carlson, I would have more respect for him if he was wearing that bow tie again. Because right now, him wearing the noose of whatever it is that Russia has over him that's made him love Moscow, an ex-KGB officer and his dirty henchmen. It's like one of these crazy upside down Earth 35 worlds where Lex Luthor is now president, and everyone has to suck up to him to get along.
Yeah.
And whether it's Kim Jong Un,
Yeah.
who's it next? Is it the Iranians? These people have all figured out there's money out there to be a rhetorical traitor to the people of the United States. But somewhere along the lines, they're going to have to determine whether, I wouldn't be surprised if Tucker Carlson, should he imperil Russia's message himself, has some physical risk in that country. But never mind. I'm sure he'll be on television with Edward Snowden and Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Sure
So
enough,
let's
soon.
talk. Let's talk about Zelensky. An offer of NATO membership to territory under Kyiv's control could end the hot stage of the war in Ukraine, he said, but any proposal to join the military alliance should be extended to all parts of the country that fall under internationally recognized borders. Zelensky said the 32 members of NATO declared Ukraine on an irreversible path to membership. Zelensky said you can't give an invitation to just one part of a country. He said, so legally by law, we have no right to recognize the occupied territory of Russia. If we want to stop the hot stage of the war, we should take under the NATO umbrella the territory of Ukraine that we have under our control. That's what we need to do fast, and then Ukraine can get back to the other part of its territory diplomatically. So obviously, and Biden's trying to do everything he can before he leaves to put them in a good position. But what's your take on what's happening, having been there and served?
Well, first off, it's insulting to me as it is to virtually every other Ukrainian, and I'm not a Ukrainian citizen, although I could get Ukrainian citizenship, but I fought for that nation. To suggest that Ukraine should just surrender everything Moscow took, which is one of the Trump administration proposals, and create a demilitarized zone, which would stop the conflict, which would allow Russia to reconstitute its army and carry out a surprise attack in the foreseeable future, and consider that some sort of peace. The crazy talk that's really out there is that Trump is trying to get a Nobel Peace Prize for quote unquote ending as Joe Rogan keeps going and saying, the bloodshed in Ukraine. Let me tell you whose blood is being spilled in Ukraine. Russian blood. They are losing 1,500 men per day. Oh, also North Korean blood,
right?
Because the Ukrainians have finally figured out where they were and are pummeling them. So all of this disingenuous Zelensky essentially needs to surrender in order to stop the bloodshed. Look, this would be like saying, look, you just landed on Iwo Jima, so to stop the bloodshed, let's stop the war on Japan and hold off on defeating Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
This is a nation run by a dictator. And if you let him have his way, whether it's through his minions in the White House or his paid solicitors on Fox News and in Joe Rogan's office and all these, Tucker Carlson, then you are accommodating a dictator. And let me tell you, I'm not the one who's going to call this off. The Ukrainian people are not going to let Moscow have their land in order to stop their bleeding.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I just finished, I'm going to say, an 11 billion mile bike ride. And thank God I happen to have this magic potion with me, ASEA, as seen on the Stephanie Miller Show. It helps my cells communicate better so that I can heal faster from overdoing because I'm lying about my age. I also use it on my face.